Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. All right, daily chart, and you can see it's this lower Bollinger Band ride going on 6 sessions. We've engaged the third standard deviation lower band twice here on Thursday. And again, yesterday, really overshot it in a big way yesterday. Go down to those 42.12 and change, and then you get the big ripper, right? And we've talked about these, these bear market or these down market bounces. You can be long them, you can be out of them, but don't fight them short. So look, we were in a short on the way down. We got out, not down in the 42.12s. I mean, I've been letting tops and bottoms and highs and lows in this thing run back on me 10, 20, 25 handles. When tapes get like this, there's something I've come up with called the rule of 10. And we used it back in 2020, and it's helpful the last couple of days. Basically, the rule of 10 is this. The market is so volatile right now that every move can be divided by 10, and it'll look pretty much normal on a 5-minute chart. For example, last night during Globex, we were jammed for a long time between 75 and 55, 43.75 and 43.55 after the initial drop down. The thing is jammed. It looks like it's in a 2-handle range. Well, it's not 2 handles, it's 20. So when things come back on you 10, 20, 30 handles, you can't be thinking, oh my God, what an opportunity. It's like 3 handles. So relax, figure it out. So we ended up getting into a long, and then we were short, and then we got into a long, and then it really took off into the close. And ended up, being a really nice trade. And there were a lot of other nice trades. Yesterday was the biggest day, 2021 for the room. And obviously it should have been with all the volatility running around. Is it going to stay this volatile? I always get this question. No, it's not going to stay this volatile. Sometime in the next 7 days, we're going to start consolidating again. The only question for me is, are we going to consolidate down here, or are we going to consolidate somewhere a little closer to the 100-day? So the bears have done a very good job the last few sessions of defending what? The purple line, defending these 200-day exponential moving averages. And we didn't do a webcast yesterday, but last week, the last one I did last week was all about the 200-day, because that was what was next. That was what was critical. And you can see that it's really being fought over these last few sessions. So what's the deal into today? Well, I mean, it's what the bears want to make it. If they want to continue to defend these highs, and they've defended the 43.80 to 85 area, they've brought it in pretty nicely. You've got a whole lot of price congregated right around 43.50. You've got daily pivot, you've got the proprietary moving average, hourly midband, and VWAP is 43.56. So you got a whole lot of stuff there. Yesterday's open was 43.26. So it's, we're down 1.5% from the close yesterday. They sold from that ramp, which is what the bears should do. The only thing from a bear perspective yesterday was a little disheartening was they didn't control the close. So you want to see them controlling closes, but that's not fatal. So I will be interested to see how we open. Please, please, please respect risk. Please. You may take a couple more paper cuts here and there, but you cannot run around in this tape without stops. You will get murdered. So what's our stop in the room? Handle and a half. Just like it was 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, whatever. That's all we're risking. And we're getting our risk out after stuff gets 2 handles to the good. That's how we trade. We trade no differently today than we trade any other time. The nice part about the way we do things is, as things get more volatile, it gets less risky. Most risky time for us is when the thing consolidates and dies and doesn't do anything. So it's been a really solid January, and I saw a stat yesterday where the market's down, more so far this year. It's like the worst start to the year, whatever. Well, it makes sense. I mean, New Year's came, we hit some all-time highs, and then they brought it in. Is that going to keep going? I don't know. The more arrogant bears get as things move on, the more and more I get concerned about, we're done going down. Is this about the rate raise? Is it about the Ukraine? Is it about COVID? I think it's about all of it. And there's going to be a point where everybody looks around and goes, yeah, well, all this stuff's true. We should probably put some money to work in the market again. And, then it comes back. It's what happened in 2020. It's what will happen this time. Just what I would say is, please respect risk. Enjoy the volatility. Don't freak out when it stops being volatile. And don't get too married to these shorts. Take big chunks of profits, roll them down. Understand that rallies are going to come. You can be long the rallies. You can stand aside on the rallies. Don't fight the rallies short. Because I tell you right now, whoever fought this stuff short, here's my hourly chart. I mean, if you fought this all the way for basically 3 or 4 hours, you had a pretty miserable time of it. Versus just kind of figuring out by the time we get into here, it's like, okay, well, it's making some higher lows. Let's see what it does. Let's try some longs. And look, I tried some shorts because there were a couple of areas in there where it's like, okay, well, that's probably it. Let's see if they control the close. Those are trades that you have to take. But those are trades that were getting stopped out after, making a profit. And when they stopped working, when they started to break those we have risk markers, it's like, look, you got to buy it. Don't fight it. Don't be adding to your short position and doing all that nonsensical crap that people do with positions. When you do that, when you get stubborn in a position, that's a great way to blow up. Don't do that. Respect risk. Take profits where you find them. Enjoy the volatility. And we'll just see how this all plays out. I would be very surprised if we did not get through the entire week without getting involved, maybe late week with weekly pivot. The question for me is that going to be a bullish event or a bearish event? What I mean by a bearish event is go up there, ramp it, clip it, and die. That would be powerful. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Talk to you tomorrow.